Let's talk about what is happening here and how we develop this important hard enduro skill.
I brought my body farther back as the front end. Hey guys, welcome back to the Splat Moto YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about some angles. I have somewhat of a sketchy line here, consequential if things don't go right. So I have to be very, very precise and use some finesse. This one for me is tricky. Lots of loose, crumbly stuff right here. There's little intermittent little pockets of traction here. In general, I need to kind of establish some momentum, so I'm going to kind of throw my body weight back and just barely let that bike drive forward, set the bike in motion, and then try to keep it in motion. Going to be some fine-tuned clutch work. I'm going to get a clutch cam for you on that, and I also have some ways of practicing this on a safe, just small hillside where you can start to develop this technique, because we're going to be considering the angles here at really slow speed. So I'm actually going to head in the direction almost like I'm going off the cliff. I'm going to be going in that direction before I go up that way, because I need to, if I turn too soon, my rear tire is going to run into this and deflect, and there's a chance I could overcome that. And there may be a time and a place where that is the only option. But in this case, I have the ability to kind of set my front wheel up in motion in that direction. And then I'm just only going to slightly lean just a little bit. My foot's going to be off the peg. All that weight into the peg on the rear tire. I'm going to stay back as long as I can. And again, try to set my bike in motion that way before I head up that way to clear my rear tire. And even though there's a bunch of crumbly stuff on here, there's little pockets of traction. So as long as I keep the bike in motion, it will find that traction as I continue to go forward. If I hesitate and let the clutch out too much, there's a good chance it's going to spin and wash my whole bike out. And luckily I haven't had that happen on this particular section yet. It's very consequential, so I have to be very careful and accurate. It's why it's very important to practice those fundamentals, practice this stuff in a safer environment back on flat ground or a small hillside, which I'm going to show you guys how to do. So let's get into it. Somewhat of a sketchy situation here. There's loose, crumbly stuff. I can't hit my front brake. I want to get a little bit of, tiny bit of body weight transfer to pivot my front end over and get my angles lined up here. And I knew the back end was going to wash out just a little bit. But that's okay, because I needed it to go over to get in that position. So now I have to really be careful on my takeoff here. Where I'm taking off has decent traction, and then there's a little ridge that I have to get over that also has good traction that I want to take advantage of. But then right after that ridge, it's a bunch of loose, crumbly stuff. So I have to try to stay in that low RPM, but also get ready to build a little bit more RPM up the face of this thing just in case something happens. So I'm gonna really have to control the wheel spin with the clutch at a little bit higher RPM where there's more risk for spinning if we let the clutch out too much. So it really gets dynamic here on this one. And I have to kind of lift my front tire up and head almost that way more to make room for a path for the rear tire, because on the inside of me here, I got this big stone wall. I'm going to actually put weight down in almost backwards and try and lift the front tire up. And that's going to give me more traction. That was pretty good. Happy with that. Really gentle. So I mentioned being gentle. If I give it too big of a burst of power, let the clutch out too much with too much RPMs, the whole rear end of the bike is going to wash away. We're on a bit of an off-camber here, and the chances are if you're riding hard enduro or really technical terrain, it's going to be challenging to establish momentum and get more pressure on that rear tire and create more traction there. So I'm being really gentle with the power. You can see I'm setting the bike up. I'm trying to get the angle right for my takeoff. If I give it too big of a burst of power, I might just overshoot where the rear end really needs to be. And another thing I mentioned was throwing the weight back. Realistically, what I'm talking about here is I'm keeping my weight towards the rear of the bike, and I'm actually trying to wheelie. I'm picking up my front end before I even get going so that I have maximum weight on the rear tire as I'm letting the clutch out, so I can minimize the risk of washing the rear end down before I start moving forward. I need to establish some motion forward. The more momentum that we can establish, the more we're going to maintain pressure on that rear tire. So once we get going, we need to just fully commit and just go and just trust that the rear tire will find traction. Little bit of clutch pop, just barely breaking that back wheel loose to get the angle proper here. Take advantage of all the space available. Really be aware, take your time, take a look around. What is the rear tire on? Test the traction a little bit. I can feel that it's gonna drive me forward. Again, I'm gonna actually head in that direction before I start going upward so that I can make a path for the rear tire here. Ooh, messed it up. Try that again. So you can see I'm kind of staying neutral on the bike. I'm just kind of staying in this position. If I was to come to a stop, I would have to bring the body forward. But because I set the bike in motion, I can kind of stay back here. You gotta make sure to keep watching the video till the end to see some examples of how I practice this and how I think you can more safely develop this technique on just a simple little hillside. Now this is a fairly extreme feature, and you notice I'm not using a lot of power throughout the whole bit of it. So if you guys want to know more about this style power delivery, this low end, low lugging style of power, you're gonna have to go back in my previous week's videos, get a lot more of the details of how I'm using this power and how to develop the throttle and clutch for this type of riding. Gotta keep feeding that engine power. Just always be in that habit. So this line requires as much precision as possible. You can see right about here, I have a really narrow little spot for my rear tire to actually grab and go up that little chute. And if I overshoot it with the rear tire, I'm done. And if I go too far to the inside, I could hit my swing arm or hit the tire and it could deflect. So it's very, very precise. Ooh, didn't swing out wide enough. So that time I kind of did what I said I didn't want to do. It still worked out. It was a good test of my abilities, but ideally that wasn't what we wanted to do for safety. So I need to continue to carry my front tire that way for just a little bit longer before I start leaning just a little bit and heading the bike up in that direction. I gotta clear that rear tire. That was better. And see, that time I didn't carry the front wheel all the way high the whole time, but I got up far enough as my front tire was coming down, and you could probably see in the video replay here, I brought my body farther back as the front end was coming down just to get more traction over the rear tire. This is something that can be really challenging and almost intimidating to even do when you're on a really steep thing, but last resort, last minute, effort there to just maintain traction, keep things in motion, keep driving that bike forward. Even if the rear tire spins just a little bit, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's necessary. So it doesn't always have to be perfect. Let's try and get the clutch cam now. That was better. Now we'll go with the clutch cam. This angle gives a little bit better perspective on the consequence factor or the intimidation factor of this line. It really you really have to commit to it, because right off to the right there is a pretty substantial drop. It's hard to tell on camera exactly, but it's kind of nasty. that was cool. There we go. Now you can see what the clutch finger's doing. I like to practice this on a hillside because it tests your clutch and throttle hand, because if you spin the rear tire too much, the back end's just going to wash out. So I like this little hillside for that. And also you can touch your foot on the inside, so this is better for shorter riders to practice on a little hillside like this as well. But I'm really just trying to, if anything, just hold my foot off the ground and trying to balance the bike as much as possible. When I'm in it, you know, the more I lean into that hill, the quicker that front end's going to want to rotate. So sometimes you're going to want to just keep it going straight for a second by not leaning into the hill too much. That can get challenging and it can cause mistakes sometimes. So it's the nature of practice. So if you guys want to know some exact details of what I'm doing, I've made a couple really detailed videos for my Patreon, which you can go check out, that explain exactly what I'm doing on this same hillside here and how I'm picking the front end up and a little bit more about what I'm thinking. But this should give you some good ideas on what and how to practice. All right, guys, I know this one's a little bit more advanced. This is the fun stuff for me. This is what I really like to talk about. I know it's a little bit more limited to a narrow group of people who are really interested in hard enduro and technical riding. But I think even if you're just a beginner rider, you can practice that thing that we talked about. You can practice those drills that we talked about on flat ground in safer spots before coming out in a section like this. And it's honestly a lot of fun to practice. It helps develop your wheelies, your overall clutch and throttle control, some body movements, being a little bit more comfortable off the back, all kinds of stuff. So let me know if that one helped you guys down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.